Well, hello again, guys. This is Diamond from Diamond Shine Soap. I'm super excited to talk to you guys today. Today, we're going to do our first spring candle of 2026. But before we get into that, if you want to learn how to make candles, if you want to learn how to make wax melts or any other kind of skincare recipe, everything that you see on the channel, if you click the link in the description box, it will take you straight to Patreon. Patreon is full of candle making recipes, skincare recipes. Everything that you need is already there. You don't have to worry about how it's going to work out, if the candle will smell like something, if your lotion will be sticky. Everything is perfect. Come on over, join us in the Patreon, take advantage of our live classes. You will not regret it. Anyway, guys, let me show you what we will be using today. So we're going to be using these status jars. You can get these from Candle Science, but I normally get mine from Dollar Tree. As you guys can see, we only need one wick for this particular vessel, and the wick size will be linked in the Patreon as well. Okay, now these flower silicone molds, I got these off of Amazon. I use these during Valentine's Day when I make my bouquets. And as you guys can see, I'm going to be using this for my spring candle. All right. Now, the wax that I'm going to be using, I'm using a Parasoy wax, and this is IGI 6006. I colored it green, and it's actually like really, really light green. I didn't want it to be dark. But I've been using this wax for over 3 to 4 years, and I will say that this is the easiest wax to wick. Now that I've poured my wax into my vessel, I was looking at my candle, and normally I don't worry about wick stabilizers, but in this case, I don't want to allow my candle to solidify and then have to pull the wick into place, because sometimes you can honestly rip it from the bottom. So with that being said, I'm going to grab this little ruler and I'm going to use that and allow this to fully solidify. Okay, so this is the part where you take your heat gun when it is fully solidified and make, I would say, less than a ½ inch deep of a melt pool, because what we're going to do is we are going to lay our flour embed on top. And with that being said, you don't want that embed falling out during shipping or just moving around in general. All right. Okay, so I had already poked my hole inside of my embed, my flour embed. I also put a wick through it, and I ended up cutting that wick out. But here's the thing, you want to do it while it's warm, because if you do it while, after it's solidified, it will crack. Okay. And the wax that I'm using is the same wax that I use to make my candle. I tend to, use the same exact wax. All right. So now that I have this in place, I am going to trim off the extra wick that I have, and I'm going to trim my wick down just a little bit. But guys, whenever you go and you trim your wick, make sure you don't make it too small, because then it will tunnel. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit this with the heat gun just to shine up my flour a little bit. And also, I usually like to do this before I put the flour in, but I made a mistake. I'm going to go ahead and just take my rag and just wipe along the edges. Anywhere I probably got a little bit of a splash from the wax, I'm just going to clean that up. That's very important. The next thing I'm going to do is put my label on there. Guys, if you love my videos, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys again for the next video.